How much time does it take to learn Biblical Greek? Is it possible to learn Biblical Greek and hold down a full-time job at the same time? Well, in this video, we're going to take a look at that question and hopefully give you some real-world answers from people who are actually going through this whole process right now. Hi, I'm Daryl Burling from Master New Testament Greek. I help people like you with the tools, habits, and systems to be able to read the New Testament in its original language without looking words up and without dependency on tools. If you want to be able to read the New Testament in its original language, hit the subscribe button and then hit the notify bell. That way you'll find out when new videos are released. So what does it take to learn Biblical Greek? Do I really have enough time for this? There's often this kind of a misunderstanding that to learn a language, you need to be immersed in the language. And that seems to flow into the idea around Biblical Greek. And so the question is, well, do I have enough time to learn Greek if I have a full-time job? Well, now everybody is going to learn languages differently at a different pace. But as a rule of thumb, you can actually learn to read the text of the New Testament. In fact, learn Biblical Greek from nothing and hold down a job at the same time. It's very possible. Here's what I typically say to people. I typically say that for the most part, when you're going through beginning Greek is the hardest part of learning Greek. And it's going to take you approximately an hour per day, 5 to 6 days a week to get through the beginning Greek stage. Now, again, it's going to be different from one person to another, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But once you're through beginning Greek, then the amount of time that it's going to take is going to reduce quite dramatically. Once you're in intermediate Greek, if you're doing an intermediate Greek course, like for instance with the course that I do, then it's going to take you, a little bit of time, maybe an hour, half an hour to an hour a day to get through that course as well. But again, that's a shorter course. But the point of all of this is that beginning phase, while you're really learning these categories, is going to take you more time. And once you've learned the language, then, the basics of the language, then the amount of time it's going to take is actually going to reduce dramatically. So in this video, what I wanted to do was I wanted to introduce you to a number of members who have been learning Biblical Greek with me as part of the Mastery membership. And we're almost done with Mounce's Basics of Biblical Greek. We're in about chapter 33, 32, somewhere around there. So almost done. And I've asked them, how much time are you spending per week throughout the book so far, and how much time is it taking you to learn? Now, you're going to find in this that there are different answers. Different people have their brains work differently. There are different stages of life. They have different amounts of time. And so all of this flows into exactly how much time it takes them. But for what you'll find, I think you'll find that most of them are taking between an hour, maybe an hour and a half for some people, 1 or 2 a little longer. But for the most part, you'll see that about an hour a week is a good rule of thumb to plan. And so let me introduce you to these members. And as we do that, the question I'm asking them is, how long do you spend at the moment as you're going through beginning Greek? How long does it take you on a day-by-day basis to get through the concepts of Biblical Greek? Here's what they say.
I'd say probably an hour a day.
An hour a day? 5 days a week or every day?
I would just say as an average, because some days it might be 2 hours. Some days I might not be able to do anything at all, but maybe review my vocabulary real quickly. But I'd say it averages out to probably an hour a day.
And that's been all the way through beginning Greek?
Well, I took the first half of Mounce elsewhere, and so I kind of had that working for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd say once I got out of that material, definitely an hour a day, and probably even then too, because I had a lot of review to do. So yeah. And for me, I would like to do more, honestly. I think I'm kind of just eking by, I feel like, with an hour a day.
Yeah.
But I tend to have a steeper learning curve, I think, as I look out and see how other people do things. So,
yeah.
I'd say that I would average maybe an hour and a half. And I still feel like I'm slipping behind.
Yeah, but having said that, I think that you might feel that way, but it doesn't come across that way. Your translations are still good. So, and I think that's the main thing, right? So you're always going to feel through beginning Greek that you're not quite where you want to be. I think that's just part of beginning Greek, but you're still making good progress. And I think that's, that's tangible in the sense that you're getting your translations right. Speed will come. The details will also grow as well, but I think you're doing well. So
I'd say an hour and a half at least.
Okay.
Maybe 2 hours.
And Philip, you're working full time while you're doing this, right?
I'm working part-time, so I have a part-time schedule, but I'm also in school too. So and I have 2 kids under 3.
You've got a bit on.
I have to wake up extra early. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do this. So,
Dedicated.
well, I feel like I'm at the point of no return. It's all fear driving me.
Yeah.
Fear of failure.
And Stephen, you're retired, right?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay, so you've got a little bit more time.
Right. So it's not as big of a crunch for me, but it just seems like I have to put that amount of time in. And
Yeah.
if I don't, it's not sticking. So
Say it's probably averages, I'll say like 45 minutes.
Okay.
This is a rough average.
Yep.
Usually Saturdays I get to do a lot more than during the week, but yeah, I'd say probably somewhere around 45 minutes.
Okay, and you're working full time, right, David?
Yeah.
So how do you manage it? Do you do it early in the morning or in the evening? What do you do?
Well, I usually hit the vocab in the morning and then again at lunch, and reading is in the evening, and working on the sheets and stuff's usually in the evening, and then try to get the reading done for the chapter, and then Saturday I try to spend more time just working on some of the translations and trying to sort out some of the categories.
So generally, because I'm retired, I spend about 3 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
bit in the morning, bit in the afternoon, and I read round things as well, but I do a lot of reading besides that.
Yeah.
And I find what I tend to do, I try and read through Mounce, but I suppose it's an age thing with me, Daryl. I'll get about halfway through and I'm fast asleep.
Right.
So I wake up, I just sort of doze, and where was I? And I got to start again.
Mm.
So that's probably an age thing, and that holds me back. My memory's not as good as it used to be. I find it hard to hold vocab.
Yeah.
I try and do the exercises. The main thing I try and do to keep up to speed is just to do the translations.
Right.
If I can get them off my chest, I feel really good.
So what I do now, once we finish this, I'll now go and do the next chapter
Mm-hmm.
today, and I make notes. I actually make flashcards out of the grammar in Flashcards Deluxe, and I'll look through those when I get a spare 5 minutes. So I'll actually type in the grammar bits in the form of questions and answers,
Yeah.
and then I'll go through the vocab, and I'll listen to that in the car on the way to and from work.
Yeah.
When I'm at work, and I work 12-hour days when I'm at work, so it's really hard, and then I'm really tired on weeknights.
Yeah.
So on a weekend, and I've got grandkids to keep happy and all of that sort of thing. But on a Saturday, I'll go through and try and do the exercises.
Yeah.
And then I've got other reading that I have to do. So I find Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday are really light on, because I'm up at 5. I'm at work by 6. I'm then at home about 7, and then it's get dinner, talk to my wife, go to bed, and start all over again. Except for and that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. So except for Thursday, so I really don't get a lot of time in the middle of the week. So it's a bit sort of disjointed, but that's generally how I approach it.
Let me just say a huge thank you to the members who are on this call, who were giving us just so much information, so much helpful information. Thank you so much for sharing these things with me, and I hope this has been helpful for you. One of the things you'll learn is that there are different activities that each of these people are doing, and this is part of what we do as we go through Beginning Greek. But as part of the Mastery membership, I actually give you additional tasks. I don't assume that you're going to come up with the tasks that are necessary for learning the language, so I give you additional work to do as well. So on a weekly basis, here's roughly what you're going to do if you're going to go through Beginning Greek. You're going to watch the video that I've produced for you for Beginning Greek. Then you're going to go through, and there's going to be some worksheet exercises I give you. Now, these are really just rote memory type exercises to help you master the content of the chapter that we just went through. You're also going to learn new vocabulary words each week. So each week you get, Mounce gives you a number of words to learn. I give you that in electronic form, and you can upload and add those into a master deck which allows you not only to learn those words, but to review them on a regular basis as well. In addition to that, once you've learned those vocabulary words, you get to do, there's a passing app, which I recommend you use, and you can use another one, but I recommend Pass Greek. And that allows you then to take what you've done with the worksheets and what you've done with the vocabulary and combine that together and practice seeing these forms for yourself and identifying what these forms mean based on what you've learned. And then finally, there's the workbook exercises. And these workbook exercises are designed to allow you to then actually use this knowledge for translation purposes, so that you're actually able to gain confidence in the translation process. Then at the end of each week, or at least on a week-by-week basis, we meet together in a video call together, which is what you just saw. These people were all going through together. We met on that call and I asked them that question. And so what you find is that each week that video call then allows them to see, have I grasped these concepts? Should I have confidence that I've really able to take these things that I've learned and turn them into the understanding that is necessary for translation? And so that's the purpose behind these weekly video calls. So that's how it works. That's how we do it inside Master New Testament Greek. And that's roughly an idea of what it's going to take each week to learn Biblical Greek. So now that you've seen all these things, let me ask you this question. What out of all that you've heard in this video seems to be the most difficult thing for you, and how would you overcome that from what you've learned in this video? Leave your comment in the comment section below and I look forward to interacting with you there as well. If this video has been helpful, hit the thumbs up button and then hit the subscribe button and notify bell if you haven't already done so, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. See you then.